With a birthday dating back to 1976, Mrs. Pete's restaurant in Bel Air is no stranger to changes. But one thing that remains consistent, the establishment's commitment to comfort food.
And with a full breakfast and lunch menu, there's no shortage of it. 9 and 10's Jenny Bouchel takes you there in this week's Inside the Kitchen.
I'm trying to visualize how this is all going to fit. This is a ginormous meal.
From platefuls to service, they serve it all with generosity at Mrs. Pete's in Bel Air. Original owner Pete Wilkes opened the diner in 1976, naming it for his missus.
It then turned into Bel Air Cafe, and when my husband and I bought it and owned it, we decided to turn it back into Mrs. Pete's. We talked to her and she said she'd be honored.
It's been 8 years since the restaurant's new ownership, and the food is still all about one thing.
Feel good, comforting food, you know, down home kind of cooking, you know, biscuits and gravy, breakfast with potatoes, you know, things that make people feel warm and fuzzy.
And that begins with the first meal of the day before you head to the office. It starts with the working man breakfast.
3 eggs in the working man.
Yep, 3 eggs.
I want to know what the working man does for a living.
Along with eggs, you get a side of potatoes and a lot of decisions. First, bacon or sausage, then biscuits and gravy or pancake.
Is this a normal sized pancake right here?
Yeah.
Holy, okay.
But the choices don't stop there.
We got chocolate chip pancakes, blueberry pancakes, cherry pecan pancakes, strawberry pancakes, and banana pancakes. As long as we got the stuff, if you want it in your pancake, we'll put it in your pancake.
Let's do cherry pecan. Done.
All right.
I've never had that.
Then one after another, the eggs, potatoes, bacon, and flapjack all come hot off the griddle.
There's your working man's breakfast.
Yay.
Sometimes some people get lucky and their yolk breaks and they get an extra egg.
Why didn't we do that?
Working man or otherwise, Mrs. Pete's turns out monstrous cinnamon buns, omelets, and even old school steak and eggs.
So I hear you are a regular.
I am a regular, yeah.
Nice. What do you typically order?
You know, it depends on the day. Today it's steak and eggs.
What makes it a day for steak and eggs?
Look at it outside.
Another Mrs. Pete's hearty go-to, chicken noodle soup, starting with homemade noodles.
And all rolled out by hand.
Yeah.
For the stock, carrots, celery, and onion are seasoned and simmered with chicken.
All my vegetables are cooked down. The meat's still a little raw, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water.
When the chicken is pull-apart tender, it's removed and shredded, then goes right back to the pot, this time with the noodles.
I love that it's in a kettle. For some reason, that makes it sound even more delicious. Like, kettle full of soup? Yes, please.
And when the noodles float to the top, it's ready for eating.
That's good. Still a little al dente with that bite. You have the firmness, but flavor in homemade noodles. You cannot beat it.
From the back of the house to the cozy front, it's an all-around comforting experience at Mrs. Pete's, and that won't be changing anytime soon.
I want them to feel like they could come back and they'd get the exact same experience again and again. Friendly, fast, and that we care.
Reporting inside the kitchen, I'm Jenny Bouchel, 9 and 10 News.